Hello, and today we're going to get back to part 2 where we're looking at things like book reviews and arcs that are going to generate some interest, hopefully, in your books. And this is going to be like tier 2. So the first tier is kind of like the standard, something that a book marketer might suggest that you do. These guys are going to be a little bit more on the line. That's not to say they're bad. In fact, some cases they're probably a more economical way to go. And I'm going to just jump in right away to Litpick. And this is going to be more like maybe a blue ink where they want to put a review on their site and have people go to see it. Now, some of these will translate into other pieces. My goal is always to kind of get Amazon reviews or other sites. One of the things I liked about Litpick is I write middle grade, and as you will look right here, they got a young person to review it. Now that might not seem as professional as say other sites. So from that standpoint, it might not carry the weight, but at least it's talking to your potential readers in a better way. They'll give you some awards. Generally, they're pretty kind in handing those out. And sometimes these reviews will hit other sites. So I was pretty happy with them. They're roughly about, I want to say $55. That might not be a current price, but that's roughly the range. And you can get a couple of reviews out of it. This is similar to
Literary Titan, which is the same type of thing. Now, Literary Titan probably won't translate to any other site.
You'll possibly use this for editorial reviews in like Amazon. As you can see here, they interviewed me. That was nice. So they'll give you a little menu of things they'll produce for you. And again, they're pretty kind about this. The sites today in general are pretty kind, even with their reviews. It's nice to have those nice reviews, but sometimes people won't take them as seriously as, say, like a Kirkus or a Blue Ink or something like that. I'm not necessarily suggesting Blue Ink or Kirkus. In fact, I'm going to make a video kind of explaining when and why you'd want to use those, because they're not even as respected as they used to be. So there's a monetary disadvantage to going with those. Whereas here you can get things done a little bit more on the cheap. According to my notes, that I did get a book rub reviews, so it is good on a small scale. All right, the next one, and I'm going to group 3 together and just say skip these. And this is this one is Author's Glow. They actually have nice websites. Let me give you the other 2 first. There's one called Book Jumbo and Book Gorilla. The reason why I grouped them together is they seem like they might even be the same exact place with different websites. They're very expensive. I think I might have paid like $200 for the reviews. And then unlike these other places, you don't necessarily know where their reviews are going. You kind of have to trust them. And they offer a suite of stuff, as you can see, cover design and promotion and stuff like that. And I think that's basically it. I tried all 3 of them just for fun. I had a little extra money. Don't do it. Don't do it. They will generate a lot of well, I'm going to call it spam, but they will post on multiple social media outlets. As you can see here on these 2 posts from Author's Glow, the power within Aria is unleashed. Magic and mystery await around every corner in Valoria. Now, the problem with these 2 things that they posted for me, there's no city called Aria or Valoria in my books. This is just like weirdly generated nonsense, which sounds kind of cool, but when somebody goes and gets that book, they're gonna be, where's Valoria? They have other ones, like here's my old one where it says, who said being a knight was easy? Raven, Romney, and Revi are about to face their toughest battle yet. Now, that's nice. And you can see this is, I think I did all my books at once just to give them a try. And it was okay. But again, did it translate into book sales? No. Was it a little too expensive? Yes. So let's get off of these guys and let's go to my next one, which is eBooks Fair. I can't sign in because I'm no longer paying them. I originally used these for the book fair. So they do virtual book fairs where you can join other authors and show off your books, and then they have a fun little vote for what do you think is best. We'll go to the bottom here. You can see review books. And actually, I was pleasantly surprised with this service. It costs about, I'm going to say about $10 per review, maybe a hair more, maybe like 13 or 15. I think I got about 10, a little over 10 reviews with it. They were surprisingly good. They were in depth, and they made it out to other places. They didn't go to Amazon, which I was a hair disappointed with, but they got to the other sites like Goodreads. Yeah, I would say overall, getting under $20 per review is a good thing. And I think that's something you probably should shoot for, especially if they're going to a place where people are going to see those reviews. Lastly, I went to Booksprout, and I like these guys, but I'm going to throw a lot of caveats in there because I did not get a good response. And in fact, I think in general, they have a hard time getting them. If you're romance or young adult, I think you'll have better success here, but I wouldn't suggest them just from that pieces. As you can see, I got 2 for each. Now, with those problems already mentioned, I did like them in the fact that I did get BookBub and Amazon reviews from them. I think I paid about $90, but I have multiple books, which is good. That's the good news. That's $90 per year, which is also good news, so it's not terribly expensive. The bad news is that you can see they end a review period, so you're paying them even beyond the review period. I guess just to keep the site up, I'm not sure. If you're writing a lot of books and putting them on here, I guess that's okay, but I didn't like the idea of me paying them while they're not actively reviewing my books or looking for reviewers for my books. So I was going to rank these at the end like I usually do, but in this case, you're kind of using this group, like I was saying, as a tier 2 kind of group. I think you can use them as you need them. So like Litpick and Literary Titan, go ahead and use those for editorial reviews and blurbs and things of that nature. Those are good, and you can maybe pick up an award or two, and that might give you some notoriety or something put on your own websites. If you're looking to pick up reviews on other sites, I probably would go with eBooks Fair first, and then kind of the rest of these. I would say Litpick, Literary Titan, and Booksprout are roughly going to give you the same output. Now, I will throw in, if you're YA or romance or, again, one of these bigger genres, I'm guessing Booksprout is going to be the best, and you can go with that. But if you're doing biographies or something like that, I'm not so sure. And then, of course, forget about the rest. I'm not even sure I want to bring up their names again. We'll just leave it there. All right. If you have any type of service that you want evaluated, I have just a little bit money left in my from my last book's budget. I'm more than willing to check it out and throw some cash at it. So if you want to do that, just leave me a note in the comments, and I'll try to make a video for you later. All right. Thanks for coming. We will hopefully see you next time. Bye. Go ahead and use those for editorial